clutch hitting by the green and gold that sent the lively crowd home happy as the Athletics are winners of 3 in a row. Today, it's a quick turnaround as this 4-game holiday weekend set continues. A's and Angels next. We are ready for Saturday afternoon baseball from the Coliseum with the A's looking for their 4th consecutive win. A's Angels, Game 3 coming up.
A's Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Toyota. With 10 hybrids to choose from, there's one for everyone. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Hey, Harold, how do you prepare for a big show?
Well, I just try to stay positive. Take it one show at a time and treat it just like any other show.
How do you feel about the other analysts you work with?
It's a great group of guys. We're all on the same page. I'm just happy to be here.
What's your prediction for the season?
We'll see what happens. It all comes down to execution in the studio.
The pro player answers. He's still got it.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
The ballpark is better when we're all here together. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Join the team and help us all get back to doing what we love together.
A's Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Pacifico Beer. Born in Baja and loved in the Bay. Pacifico Beer. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome back to the Coliseum as we get set for Game 3 of this 4-game series. It is the Angels and the Athletics coming up right here on NBC Sports California. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fosse and Dallas Braden. I'm Glenn Kuiper. The A's have played excellent all-around baseball the last 3 games, and that has resulted in a win on Wednesday over the Mariners and a pair of wins over the Angels in the first 2 games of this series. And Fosse, let's start with you. Stretches like this usually start with great starting pitching, and that has been the case the last 3 games.
And they also talk about how starting pitchers and pitchers in general feed off each other. Well, it started with James Caprillion. 3rd start for the young man. He was outstanding against the Seattle Mariners. He went 7 innings of shutout baseball, did a tremendous job as he had done in his 2 previous starts. Then, of course, he turned it over to Chris Bassett. We know what Bass did. His first ever complete game shutout. He did a great job with 114 pitches. Of course, there's, you add it up, that's 15. And then you go on to the young man last night, Sean Manaea. He went into the 7th inning with 2 outs before he gave up a run. Great fastball that he reintroduced last night. Let's just hope a Montas today can match what those three guys did.
All right, it is indeed Frankie Montas who will try to keep this thing going. Dallas, what do you like about Montas lately? And I think Ray is right. They do feed off each other, these starters.
Well, and I think that right there is something to consider, is that he's going to be taking the ball from guys who have gone out there and continued to hand the ball to a guy who's trying to do even better. And for Frankie Montas, coming off an outing in which he punched out 11 guys, that right there tells you he's starting to feel it. It's just about being a little more efficient. 3 walks. So for Frankie, dial that up right there, the sinker and that big split, and look for him to continue to try to roll for this rotation.
All right, so Frankie Montas looking for his 6th win of the year. We were looking for some sunshine today, and we are not getting it. It is actually a pretty cool afternoon here at the ballpark. So maybe no sunshine today, but hopefully a little warmer weather tomorrow for the series finale. But that's all right. Frankie Montas takes the field, and the A's are going to stick with the Kelly green jerseys. That's what happens when you got a 3-game winning streak. So Montas leads the troops out onto the field. So we're just about set to get game 3 of this series underway. Let's check out the starting lineup for the visiting Angels. It is brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealers. And here it is. Upton in left. Ohtani is your DH. Then Rendon at third. Walsh at first. Lagares is in center. Rojas is in right. New second baseman. His name is Kian Wong. And then Anthony Bemboom is your catcher. David Fletcher is the shortstop.
It is Frankie Montas on the mound for the Athletics. Did not start against the Angels down at Anaheim, but he has had success against them. But as Dallas said, 11 strikeouts in his last start. However, he just made a couple of mistakes with the fastballs. Ended up being a 2-run home run and a solo home run. But Frankie has outstanding pitches that he can throw. But you know, guys, I go back to 2019 when unfortunately he was suspended. But he came back and faced these Angels after having 3 months off, essentially. On September the 25th, he went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. So he stayed in shape. Let's see if he can continue that this afternoon against the club.
Defensively for the A's in this afternoon's ball game, it'll be Chad Pinder in left field. Mark Canha's in center. We'll talk about Ramon Laureano, who's just banged up a little bit, not too bad. So Ramon's out. Seth Brown is in right. And it's Chapman, Andrews, Kemp, and Olsen on the infield. And Aramis Garcia is behind the dish. That kind of day. It's a Red Bull kind of day. Day game after a night game. Don't know why they didn't ask us to do that with them. That would have been a decent idea, but we're ready to go as well.
So were there just the starting pitchers down there, Dallas?
That's it. But you know what? That's very nice to see, because that is something that I used to do as well. And I've actually, one of my favorite baseball cards is of myself hanging out doing that same thing that Sean Manaea is doing, standing right next to former teammate Kurt Suzuki and Rajay Davis.
Didn't look like Sean had the flavor that he really liked. So here's Upton, and we're set for baseball from the Coliseum.
You want to wake up, guys. Just have good old baseball starting at Coliseum on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. That's all. That'll wake you up.
First pitch of the game is a swing and a miss, 97 miles an hour from Frankie Montas, so we're underway.
And you know, the one thing I think Frankie could have and should have learned in what the guys before him did, they utilized the fastball, especially Sean Manaea last night. Remember, it started in Houston, and from Frankie's standpoint, if he can just locate his fastball, that's going to be good.
Bounced in the hole. Andrus has it. Long throw across. Upton is retired. 1 away here in the first. Umpiring alignment today has David Rackley calling balls and strikes. Eric Bacchus at first, Marvin Hudson at second. That's Larry Vanover at third. So here's Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani was in the lineup on Thursday night. He went 0 for 3. Was the pitcher last night. Pitched pretty well. Took the loss. He's back in the lineup today. So the night he pitched last night, he did not hit.
Still hard to believe that young man could be on the mound one night, the next afternoon, swinging the bat, hitting second. Remarkable athlete.
Well, that tells you just how valuable they understand he is to their club right now. And regardless of where you think the Angels are going to end up at the end of it all, whether or not Mike Trout is in the lineup right now. To have this guy ready and available.
With 15 home runs and 38 runs batted in, he leads the major leagues in extra base hits. Tied for third in the major leagues with the 15 home runs. He's fourth in slugging, fifth in total bases, seventh in RBIs.
And remember, there's going to be days like yesterday where he's on the mound that take away opportunities for him to increase those numbers.
Another pop-up foul. Chapman hustling over there, and Chapman cannot quite get there. So it's 2-2.
Well, what we have seen in the first two games that he has played, of course, Thursday when he was facing Bassett. That's what he did last night. Just 3 hits, 3 runs. Of course, a couple of walks scored in that fateful 7th inning for him. But 93 pitches for Shohei Ohtani. He did a very good job. As I started to say, it seemed like, and it just showed on these 2 pitches from Frankie Montas, that the fastballs, especially up, are being hit down the left field line in foul territory.
Another one.
Well, and go back to last night. Just kind of getting a feel for what this guy was doing. There's your split. There's another. And another. And there's that good fastball. Strike him out, throw him out.
Ohtani hits this one in the air toward the left field corner. Pinder circling around, now stops, warning track, and he makes the catch. So Ohtani comes up just a little bit short going the other way, and that is the second out.
Well, it just shows you his power going in the opposite field, because you would think that this would not have enough to get out, and fortunately from the A's standpoint it did not. But ball was in the air a little bit higher probably than what he would have liked, but still almost carried out as Chad Pinder got back to the warning track, felt the gravel under his feet, and knew he had plenty of room to catch the fly ball.
So with 2 outs, here's Anthony Rendon. Rendon takes a first pitch in first strike. Rendon, 218 the average, 3 homers and 13 RBIs. He is 1 for 7 in the series. One hit was last night, a first inning single. He also walked.
Frankie's staying with a good fastball, and he does throw hard. It is straight, and that's why location is important for him.
Fastball at 98 miles an hour. Montas, his last 2 starts, both at home against Houston and Seattle. He's pitched okay, but unfortunately for Frankie, both losses for him. But it wasn't like he was really getting knocked around. Struck out 11 on Monday in the loss to the Seattle Mariners.
Well, April showers brought May flowers.
Grounded in the hole. Sanders backhands and throws out Anthony Rendon, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Frankie Montas.
At touchofmodern.com, we always surprise, excite, inspire, because our expertly curated products are never ordinary, never mundane, and never in a million years what you'd expect to see or imagined you'd ever have. Here's to the thrill of discovering the next exceptional and unexpected product. Check it all out at touchofmodern.com.
When we started our company, we simply wanted better sheets. But along the way, we've realized that softer, safer, organic cotton does so much more for the planet and for humanity. It helps your home become a force for good, because home is more than just an address. Home is our soul. Boll & Branch, organic sheets, bath, and home. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Angels go quietly in the top of the first. Here come the A's in the bottom of the first. Here's their lineup, brought to you by Bay Area GMC Dealers. It starts with Mark Canha, who's in center field, and Tony Kemp is at second base today. Matt Olson, Seth Brown hit 3 and 4, followed by Chapman, Moreland, Pinder, Andrews, and Aramis Garcia.
Alex Cobb, who's had a blister issue on his middle finger to his throwing hand, is making the start today, only his seventh start, reunited with his former manager with the Tampa Bay Rays. There's Joe Madden. He pitched for the Rays for many years, Baltimore, and now with the Angels. But I think the Angels would like to see some of the good games he's had against the Athletics, which fastball, curveball, split finger fastball. Last pitched against the A's in 2018 as a member of the Orioles. That game he had to come out because of blister issues, which have continued for him.
First pitch to Canha is bounced foul. Scooped up by lefty Katse. Canha at 265. He's got 10 home runs and he has 15 RBIs. He has had a good series. He's 3 for 5 in the series. But he has walked 3 times and been hit by a pitch, and he was brushed back. The brush back caused a little fracas. It looked like what Canha initially said, and I'm trying to be a lip reader here, so I got to be careful, but it looked like he said, "Come on, Sho," meaning Shohei Ohtani, which would be what players call him. But when it was all said and done, Kurt Suzuki did a good job. Ohtani didn't make the situation any worse. And also, after Canha was hit by a pitch later on, which we showed you, Ohtani looked at him, said, "You okay?" Canha said, "Yep."
Well, and the take home from all of that is the reaction of the man on the mound, the pitcher. You want to think about why it was so easily diffused? That's what I think about.
Yeah, because if the pitcher, in this case Ohtani, starts moving toward Canha at all, or does the macho thing and says, "Come on, let's go," then you probably have an issue.
Well, then you got bullpens filtering out, you got dugouts converging, and that's just completely unnecessary at that point in time. And so for Shohei to just stand there on the mound and go, "Look, man, you think I'm trying to drill you in the head right now?" Not really. Like, let's, come on.
2-2 pitch to Canha, and a swing and a miss. Canha swung right over top.
That was so good split last night, and if this guy is healthy, let's see another one today.
Defense behind Alex Cobb looks like this: Upton, Lagares, and Rojas in the outfield. Rendon, Fletcher, Wong, and Walsh on the infield. Anthony Bemboom is your catcher. So a couple of new players in there for the Angels, including Keon Wong, the second baseman. Here's the A's second baseman, Tony Kemp. Kemp at 254, a homer and 4 RBIs, been playing well, and he is getting more time in the lineup.
Well, not only more time in the lineup, but at the top of the lineup as well.
There's Keon Wong, just brought up from the Angels, and yes, he is the brother of Colton Wong. Fine second baseman now with the Milwaukee Brewers.
I think also with Tony Kemp, his play really enables the skipper Bob Melvin to, like today, give Jed Lowry the day off with Mitch Moreland back. He's in the DH spot. So the Angels putting Iglesias on the IL, and Wong comes up, Bim Boom, with Drew Butera being designated for assignment. Making some changes are the
strike 3
Angels.
called to Tony Kemp. So back-to-back strikeouts by Alex Cobb as he freezes Kemp.
Well, you can see where they're set up. Inside, bringing this fastball back over against the lefty. And Alex Cobb, when he punches people out, he does so predominantly away. 86% of Alex Cobb's called strikeouts are outside. So for him to be able to bring that back in against the lefty, and you got to think if he's locking up righties, it's probably with that fastball down and away that he brings back over like he did to Kemp on the inside.
Olsen rolls it toward the ship. Fletcher's there, and Cobb has a 3-up, 3-down inning. No score after 1.
Looking for dinner made easy? Move over meal prep and make way for pre-chopped and pre-portioned ingredients. Hit the road hard to follow recipes and say hello to easy breezy meals. Peace out, pile of dishes, and welcome easy cleanup. Well, hello there, Home Chef. Home Chef oven-ready meals, pre-chopped and pre-portioned recipes without the prep or mess. Get $90 off your first month at homechef.com. Home Chef, delicious meat simple.
This is cellulose acetate, a plant-based material that's not only extremely durable, but also quite flexible, making it ideal for Warby Parker glasses, which, by the way, start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com. Oh yeah, about those prescription lenses. Warby Parker glasses come standard with custom-cut polycarbonate lenses that have been treated with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective coatings. Nice. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Hey, Ace fans, Xfinity Mobile delivers fast nationwide 5G on the most reliable network. Break free from the big 3 and save with Xfinity Mobile. No score, top of the 2nd inning on a cool overcast day. We were told game time temperature was 59 degrees. Doesn't bother the banana group, though. In fact, guys, if I remember correctly, last night there was 3 bananas. Today there's 4 bananas.
They went shopping.
Adding to the bushel.
So they added a banana.
Yeah, well,
between last night and tonight.
They keep hydrating. I imagine they'll be peeling layers later on.
Well, plus, maybe some of the friends saw how much attention they got last night on the tube that they said, we want to join the group.
That's true.
They got some attention.
We can make or break the bananas.
Well, when it's time to leave, do you think they ask each other, hey, you guys ready to split?
No. Wait a minute now. That's 2 you've thrown out there, which means you were thinking about it on your drive in.
Last night.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing better than a banana split.
Well, I'm hungry. I told you that.
There they are.
You like all the ice cream on your banana split or just one flavor? You know, strawberry, chocolate, vanilla?
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey,
take all 3.
I'm not driving after. Absolutely.
That one is drilled to left. Pinder's hustling back. Pinder dives, cannot quite get it. It's off the wall, and Walsh has a leadoff double. Heck of an effort by Pinder. He came very close to making one of the best catches of the year.
Well, as a starting pitcher, as a pitcher in general, when you know you got a guy like that out there who's going to sell out and do everything he can to make every play possible for you. I mean, look at this effort. That is full extendo, chewing on the warning track. Get up, get it in. And if you're Frankie Montas right there, that's got to inspire you to get back on that rubber and try to do everything you can to keep that runner at second base and make that effort worth it.
So 10th double for Walsh. Nobody out. Here's Juan Lagares. 1 for 7 in the series. He shows bunt and the pitch is outside.
But I think also from Chad Pinder's standpoint, remember in the early part of the season, he banged his up against the right field wall, hurt his knee, but went on the IL. So obviously making this effort, he's not thinking about that and what could result in the diving effort. So like you said in Dallas, it's more of appreciation from the pitcher and everybody in general for the effort that he made.
Well, and I think we all know this about Chad. He's just not a guy that you're going to reel in terms of backing off or not playing the game aggressively. He knows one speed, and that's to show up and be a ball player and try his absolute hardest. And that's not to say that other guys don't do the same or have the same mentality. There's no other option for Chad.
That one looped down the right field line, foul off the netting. So 1-2 the count with Jose Rojas, a left-handed hitter, in the on-deck circle. Kemp hanging around second base, just trying to make sure Walsh doesn't get off too far.
Second inning, Kite. They're looking at their their sheets. Runner at second base. Evidently, I have a solution. Don't allow a guy to get to second, and that probably would take care of it.
Did he go? No, close.
A hard slider, and yes, evidently held up. Yes, he did. So Buckless made the right call.
Bounce to the right side. Nice big hop for Kemp. But a productive out for Lagares is Walsh to third with 1 out. So you want to drive him in, but if you don't, you still want to make sure it is a productive out somehow, and Lagares did that.
And especially with 2 strikes, and probably Frankie gave too good of a location on the fastball, allowing Lagares to be able to do that. Coming back with the fastball after missing with the slider.
So with 1 out, there's Jose Rojas, and the infield comes in. 3 infielders on the right side. And the first pitch, a fastball fouled straight back. Rojas had a good swing at it.
Well, the time we have seen him down in Anaheim, and of course in this series always aggressive, is Rojas. He's back in right field today, where he just played a ball off the bat of Canna in the first game of the series in Anaheim.
1 for 7 in the series. Hits that one hard. Diving play by Elvis Andrus, and Walsh has to scramble back to third. So the shift was on, and it worked for the A's as Andrus took a step to his left and grabbed it.
Well, and with the infield in, that's pretty special, because he did not have a lot of time to react on a ball that was hit on the line. And the 3, kind of interesting the way they had lined up. He was the infielder that was the most shallow. Kemp a little bit deeper, and Olsen deeper than all of them.
Here's Kian Wong with 2 outs. Wong, a left-handed hitter. And he bunts it right back to Frankie Montas. Underhands to first, and that'll do it. So Walsh with a leadoff double. He does not score. Bottom of the second coming up.
Hey Al, I'm just wondering, during the demo on MLB Tonight, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? I think you're misunderstanding. That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, he go home, baby.
Right. I think that ball's still traveling. Any farther, and you need a flight plan for it.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
You can find me at the hot corner for the Oakland A's. I take pride in keeping runs off the board. With all the big bats in the league, you have to work really hard to shut them down. Being at the heart of a great franchise is a dream come true. Being on a postseason squad the last few years was amazing. We're ready to take it to the next level. I'm Matt Chapman of the Oakland A's, and my dream lives here on MLB Network.
No score, bottom of the second. Bananas in the house, and so are the Elephants. What a day at the ballpark. Time now for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fresh Take. It's interesting. Most strikeouts via the splitter. Kevin Gausman, he's got a good one from the Giants. And then it's Ohtani, Cobb, and Montas. Most strikeouts with the splitter. So we've seen a couple from Cobb already. We know Ohtani's, and we know how good Montas is. So a pitch to watch for today.
And it seems like, as we have already seen, we saw with Kemp was a fastball, but like Canna got the splitter leading off the game, and Cobb will use it primarily as a strikeout pitch. I don't know, Dallas, what do you think? I mean, does he use it all the time or just for the strikeout?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a feel for it.
Yeah.
You know, he can go ahead and, if he needs to, or if he's going to get that early contact, but he's not afraid to double up with it.
Yeah.
And kind of like we were talking about, if you see a lineup, or if you're Cobb, you start to feel a lineup getting aggressive on you early, you might not wait until 2 strikes to start to feature that pitch, and it might be a 2-strike, 3-strike put away. Because there you just got 2 in a row, and now you're at 2 strikes. And so for Cobb, he could potentially back it up with a third one.
One and 2 to Seth Brown. And Brown lays off that one. It drops low.
But again, you think about Cobb and the work he does. We talked about freezing guys away. We saw him lock up Kemp early, the lefty in. Back in there.
Just missed.
So you can see the MO for Cobb, and you can see how he operates against righties as well. You can imagine those splits we've seen from Brownie down and into the righties, and then trying to lock him up with that fastball down and away late in the count.
3-2 pitch, and that is a swing and a miss. So that's 3 strikeouts and 4 hitters for Alex Cobb. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud, and here is the splitter location on the splitter strikeouts for Alex Cobb. So he does a good job of keeping the ball down, obviously, with the splitter, and you can see right there, if you're a left-handed hitter, a lot of the splitters he throws down and away. So a go-to pitch for Alex Cobb.
Right, he's got those lefties chasing at a 40% clip. For context, league average about 26%. So you get those lefties chasing that thing out of the zone at a 40% rate. You're gonna be able to dial up some swing and miss really on demand.
It's a good take.
Well, Cobb, when you look at his career, he had some real good years with the Rays under Joe Madden.
Yeah.
In his 6 years with the Rays, he was 48 and 35, and then he signed a big free agent contract with the Orioles. 4-year, $57 million deal. And his first year in Baltimore was 2018, and he was 5 and 15.
Well, you remember that was the year that he actually signed late, I believe.
That's right.
Showed up a little late, trying to work some things out.
Cobb thought he had strike 3 that time.
Well, he wanted it.
Yes, he did.
And that box might have tell you he probably should have got it.
3-2 pitch is lined into the glove of Kian Wong, who leaps up to grab it.
Good idea by Matt Chapman going that direction on the 3-2. Might have been a double, might have gone to the wall, was hit so hard, but Wong played it perfectly. A little bit of a jump and took it away from him, going right towards the umpire.
When you see how deep he caught that ball, Foss.
Yeah.
Be able to drive that thing, you're right. Caught it deep, but I mean, stung it.
So 2 outs, here's Moreland.
Yeah, Wong's lucky he's not getting peeled off the right center field wall right now.
Yeah.
That ball was torched.
And those are the kind that Chapman can hit that do go to the wall. Once they get past the infielders, unfortunately, Wong stopped it.
Moreland drop one into left field for a base hit. First hit for the A's comes with 2 outs here in the first inning.
Something the A's have been doing recently. We talked about the outstanding starting pitching in general, but doing a lot of this opposite field hitting. 5 games the A's have recorded a victory with no home runs. And it's rare back-to-back games, which they had in the 2 games against the Angels, back-to-back without a home run. So they're manufacturing runs, which is something they have to do.
Here's Pinder. Yeah, I looked up the last 3 games, guys. And as Ray said, last 3 games, all wins by the A's. They've hit 1 home run. They've had 23 hits, 20 of them singles.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker, 9 for 21 with runners in scoring position. So they're not hitting the ball in the ballpark, but they're getting clutch hits, which is nice to see. I mean, the home run is still the ultimate.
Okay, 12 of those hits opposite field.
There you go. So
great hitting, great approach, and I think the A's shortstop is the one we're seeing as much as anybody, Elvis Andrus. Of course, Matt Olson started a rally the other night with a double down the left field line, stayed inside the ball.
Up the middle, but Wong is right there. Cobb had to almost duck out of the way. Pinder is retired, and so are the Athletics. No score after 2 from the Coliseum.
Welcome to the nerd life. Welcome to the nerd life.
It's all about the numbers on MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
Welcome to the nerd life.
I love talking about Sean Manaea.
Meet Sean Manaea.
He's going to be a big part of that A's rotation.
He's watching MLB Network.
Their rotation is way underrated, and Manaea is going to be the king of the hill.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
Mr. Smoke, Mr. Smoke.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Six-person suites for individual games are on sale right now. Six-person suites start at just $99 per person for select dates through September. All suites include 6 tickets, private restroom, which is outstanding, and Coliseum snacks. For more information, visit athletics.com/suites.
So it is the top of the 3rd inning. This is Anthony Bemboom, the catcher.
We've seen Mr. Bemboom before.
Yeah.
Big league name, Bemboom.
Just got brought up in the big leagues for the 2nd time, and he drives one towards center. Canna with a diving play in right center.
Wow. Great thing about our vantage point, guys, we could see that developing. It was unbelievable. The amount of ground he covered, perfect angle, and reached out and robbed Bemboom of extra bases. Left, right, center, doesn't matter. Almost overran it.
So a terrific play by Canna for the first out here in the 3rd. Here's Fletcher.
You said it, the ability to watch it develop, and again, from where I'm sitting, I can watch that flight of the ball go up in the air, and Canna took a impeccable route.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing. None of that cut across, then cut back. He went straight at an angle, which was perfect.
So 0-2 to David Fletcher. Fletcher at 255 with his 14 RBIs. Had the 2-out RBI hit last night in the 7th that tied it.
Well, we've seen Fletcher at the top of the lineup and seeing him here recently towards the bottom. Kind of like we've seen Tony Kemp hover around the lower portion and now finds himself at the top of the lineup. Those contact guys, maybe not a ton of power that can hurt you, but put together those quality ABs, you can kind of find places for them at the top, near the bottom.
Yes, you can.
Just took that one out of Garcia's catcher's mitt.
When it's for reasons like that.
Yeah.
They're able to just pick and fight and spoil.
And somebody like him, it's hard for a pitcher to have a low pitch count at bat. Gets ahead 0-2. Now all of a sudden making pitch number 6.
And it's always a decision the manager has to make. A guy like Fletcher, hey, it can work if you bat him 9th because he becomes sometimes maybe a second leadoff guy, or you get him on base and then you turn the lineup over. That's the good part. The bad part is the difference between hitting him 9th and 1st. He may lose an at-bat late in the game. Meaning, if you're in the leadoff spot, you're probably going to have one more at-bat per game than the guy who hits 9th. Not always, but more often than not. toward Pinder, who comes in and over, and he has it. So Fletcher out in front, a little off balance with that swing, and that's the second out here in the third.
But an 8-pitch at bat. That's the tough part for a pitcher. You get the 9th place hitter, but Fletcher is an exception to the rule. And in the American League, they're all hitters because there are 9 of them. Not like those athletes in the National League hit 9th.
Thank you, sir.
To the backstop, 1-0 to Upton.
Sean Murphy has caught Frankie Montas all of his starts with the exception of today where Garcia is starting, and a couple of starts ago when Murphy had to come out after getting banged up against the Astros, Garcia caught the latter part of Frankie's start. And I know that the skipper, no manager likes to have a personal catcher. That's the battery from last night, Sean Murphy and Sean Manaea.
Swing and a miss. That one was past Upton.
Well, you know, I really like to see that conversation happening right there between Sean Manaea and Sean Murphy. How about this heater just blown right by Upton from Frankie?
That one is drilled toward Pinder, who was shaded into left center. He grabs it, and that'll do it for the Angels as they go quietly in the top of the third.
The ballpark is better when we're all here together. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Join the team and help us all get back to doing what we love together.
I'm Lorenzo Cain, and you can catch me robbing home runs on MLB Tonight.
I'm Bill Ripken, and you can catch me talking about those robbed home runs on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, where baseball's best players are side by side with TV's best baseball analysts.
Mr. Smoke, Mr. Smoke.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
The All-Star Teacher Award presented by Provident Credit Union is back for its 14th year. Go to NBCSportsCalifornia.com to check out Makazu Morikawa's profile from George Washington High School, as well as the other finalists, and vote for your All-Star Teacher. The winner receives $20,000 for their school. Bottom of the third, no score between the A's and the Angels.
Elvis wants a new baseball. That one hit the dirt going to second base. I'm sorry, Captain. On the throw by Bim Boom, and Elvis was paying attention. And Dallas, I'm sure you could take a scuff and make it work for you. And Elvis Andrus said, "Wait a minute, that ball hit the ground. I don't want him to throw that ball."
Well, I tell you what, and Alex Cobb had a little grin on his face.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite interactions of my entire career was with the great Cowboy Joe West, actually. And I had a ball that was scuffed. And it came back to me, and I had it in my glove, and Cowboy Joe had a ball in his hand, and I said, "Do I have to give it back?" And he said, "Do you know what you're doing with that?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Well, have at it."
Attaboy.
And so I got to keep that ball for one or two more pitches.
That's great.
I thought Joe West was the ultimate rule follower.
Hey, you know, right? that's why it's one of those stories I don't like to tell too publicly.
All right, we'll keep
it
a secret.
That's just between us here today.
Oh yeah. Just us. Just the three of us, that's it. Yeah.
Leadoff walk to Elvis Andrus. So these, if they could get something rolling here in the bottom of the third as Aramis Garcia steps in. Well, some of the guys are indeed rule followers. We saw Larry Vanover yell at the relievers to get in the bullpen. Well, but we're stretching our legs. Nope, not allowed to do that. Get in the bullpen.
Yeah, but you talk to guys these days and just about the ball and the scuff. There's a lot of guys who don't understand, who don't know how to manipulate the baseball in that fashion, and frankly, that can be a detriment. Because you're expecting the ball to move a certain way, and if you're not familiar with what that scuff can do to the baseball, then the break on your pitch, the life on your pitch, it can be counterintuitive. So you got to get rid of that thing, get it out of there, and get you a fresh ball.
Guys have made a living in scuff baseballs, knowing how to manipulate the baseball. Hey, speaking of Joe West, did you see that where Craig Kimbrell came in the game and showed Joe his cap? Said, see that spot? Just want to let you know that there's nothing on this cap, so don't ask me to remove it. Joe evidently stayed in Chicago because he had the Cubs after the White Sox. White Sox and the Cardinals.
So 1-2 the count.
Well, Elvis Andrus maybe gotten ahead of Alex Cobb because Cobb threw him 4 pitches, not even close. And that was with a clean baseball, or a scuffless baseball. Elvis hit .207 with his batting average. Love it.
A little bit outside. Cobb trying to get a call on that outside corner, but it is off the plate.
Jose Molina is the one calling the pitch outs, throw-overs, etc. for Joe Madden, former catcher, the catching coach for the Angels.
And that got a piece of Garcia, so he'll walk it off.
He of the Molina family. Garcia, day game after night game, and usually your backup catcher gets this game. Doesn't expect to catch one off the foot, top of the foot, where that shin guard is not protecting him. But just another bruise, that's all.
Two pitches popped up, and that'll be into the seats. Well, we heard some cheering going on right below us.
All right.
And I think that's why.
Oh, that's awesome.
Lefty.
And he is pumped.
Probably got a good changeup for his lefty.
He saw. I can see the 3-finger grip from here.
Absolutely. Got to get right-handed hitters out, though, young man. And he'll be able to do that. Let's check out exactly what happened.
All right.
Nice.
Atta baby, Dad.
Dad of the year.
See how quickly he switched hands?
Yeah.
See if Elvis Andrus takes off. He does not. It's hit on the ground toward third. Rendon has it. Fires to second for one, on to first, and that is a 5-4-3 double play. So just a really smooth double play and a ball that was hit right at Rendon.
I did that last night.
I mean, that's a third baseman's dream right there.
Yeah.
Ball hit fairly hard. Couple steps to his left, so he's got momentum going to second base for his throw. And the big leaguers are going to turn that double play pretty much every time. So here's the top of the order, Mark Canha. Snaps in there for a strike to Canha, who struck out in the first. Mark Canha has reached base at least one time in 16 straight games. And watching him in that leadoff spot, that really doesn't surprise me.
No, he is taken to that like a fish to water.
Lines that one foul. In those 16 games, he's got 18 hits and 11 walks. He's been hit by a pitch twice.
Dallas, when a pitcher, and Cobb did it twice, when a pitcher takes his throwing hand and goes to his left wrist, is that just to get moisture to rub up the baseball or other things?
Well, it could be a combination of both, or it could be one or the other, depending on what issue he's having. If he's a little dry and he's not able to get a grip on the baseball, if you're sweating, that can absolutely help. Or if the opposite, maybe you're a little moist and you need to wipe it off.
Two and two to Mark Canha.
You see Cobb kind of hopping around there, and Bedboom was going to walk out and check on him. Cobb waved it off.
And that one misses down. So Canha, as he seems to do almost every at-bat, works the count full. And Cobb, the fast worker, he's ready to go. So he waits for Canha. Now he kicks and delivers, and that's a swing and a miss. So 4 strikeouts for Alex Cobb, and we had a Dad of the Year moment. Here it is. Get the mask down, Mom. Nice. Yeah.
Welcome to the nerd life. Welcome to the nerd life.
It's all about the numbers on MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
Welcome to the nerd life.
Mr. Smoltz, Mr. Smoltz.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam from our high first camera. We're just waiting for the sun to come out.
Yeah. It's going to burn off probably before the end of the day.
I hope so.
I think the marine layer sit over in the Oakland Hills a little bit. It's a little sunny.
There's the dad and the young man who ended up with the baseball.
Just took 120 pictures with the cell phone.
Click. Although I do have to say, going to break, it was pretty funny. Mom pulled the mask down right before the picture was taken.
Yep.
It's a good mom move. 0-1 to Shohei Ohtani, who hit a fly ball into the left field corner that Pinder caught on the warning track.
Ohtani get a little bit of his own medicine, splitters.
And the reason it looks the way it does right now is because he was battling 96, 97, 98. Yep. First time around, late on it, trying to get the head out.
That one bounces way out in front. Panda's in the house.
That's got to be hot.
Ohtani swings and misses. Waved at it. That's the first strikeout for Frankie Montas.
Stayed with the split.
Well, there was really no reason not to.
That's right.
The first couple swings told you exactly what Ohtani was looking for, told you exactly what he wasn't going to hit. And even here, that pitch with good depth. But Ohtani basically just tipping the cap there to Frankie Montas.
Even in the striking out, he looks good, doesn't he?
Oh, he is. It's magical to watch.
That one is drilled left center field. Nobody's going to get this one. Canna will pick it up at the base of the wall, and Rendon has a one-out double. So that is the second hit off Montas, second double.
Well, 4 splitters to Shohei, then a slider that just kind of tumbled a little bit. And Rendon, Frankie said it best. Just hope he doesn't get hot while he's playing the A's, because he will get hot and he'll end up having a good season.
Very unique batting style for Rendon.
Well, he kind of reminds me of a guy named Aaron Rowan. The way Aaron Rowan used to set up. Kind of straight up and leaning into his stance a little bit. Just kind of moving a little, trying to create a little rhythm. Very unorthodox.
Here's Jared Walsh. He has the other hit, the leadoff double in the second inning. He went the other way down the left field line for that double. Big year for Walsh. 11 homers, 37 runs batted in.
Hit a line drive home run in Anaheim to left center, so he seems to be the type of hitter that's not opposed to going to the opposite field.
Hits that one the other way.
Well, you know, guys, I've gotten here in time the past few days to be able to watch BP, watch these guys work a little early. Walsh is one of those guys. And as consistent of a barrel as I've seen, really, just squaring up baseballs all over the ballpark.
And that's a swing and a miss. Garcia, long throw in time. So Rendon goes to third, 2 outs. So first 2 strikeouts for Montas coming this inning.
Another good split.
Well, the lefty's having a tough time right now. Job by Garcia to get back there and finish it off.
And that's why Rendon can coast to third, because the attention had to be paid to the hitter, Walsh, who had struck out. Unlike Baez with the Cubs the other day in Pittsburgh.
I thought on that play in Pittsburgh, I thought Baez got way too much credit.
Oh,
well, I agree.
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, people were like, what an unbelievable running.
Quite a few mistakes.
I'm not sure that it was really his base running.
Well, he was conceding an out.
Yeah, plus he waved safe at home plate.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't safe till the guy threw the ball away at first base.
Exactly.
Then the run counted.
You know, and all the first baseman had to do once he stopped is just go back, touch first base.
Yep.
Inning over. I mean, that's the amazing thing. Poor guy's got to live with that the rest of his life.
Very close. Called the ball 2-1 to Juan Lagares.
Very close. Been doing a lot of work down and out there. Haven't quite yet gotten the call. Keep living out there. Be able to bring them along with you.
Foul ball, and now it's 2-2. Right at 50 pitches for Frankie Montas. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Trying to keep the Angels off the board. The Angels have scored just 1 run in this series. Infield straight up. Outfield has Canna into right center. And Pinder way off the line in left. Pinder really standing in left center. Swing and a miss. 96 miles an hour. And 3 strikeouts for Montas in the top of the 4th. No score as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Carbon waste is weighing down the world. All beds are different. They're made from wool and recycled materials. They're soft and breathable and light. Light on your feet and the planet. Reduce your carbon footprint.
Nerds! Have new money goals this year? NerdWallet can help make them happen. Like getting auto insurance to match your new 0-mile commute. We have tools for that. Want to refinance your mortgage and put those savings into the college fund? We have tips for that too. Or get a low-interest credit card for your long-awaited honeymoon? We can help you find the one. Credit card, that is. Discover and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders, and more on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
It's the Ultimate Performer, brought to you by your Bay Area BMW centers. On this date in 2000, Randy Velarde pulls off the unassisted triple play, 10th in Major League history. Runners on first and second, Spencer, the line drive to Velarde, catches it, tags out Posada, and then steps on second, tripling up Tino Martinez, who had taken off for third. Randy Velarde, unassisted triple play back in 2000 when he was a member of the Athletics.
And then when he was a member of the Yankees playing third base, Matt Noakes with Ricky Henderson stealing third in the all-time stolen base record. Lou Brock on hand to congratulate him. But you know the amazing thing about that triple play? Guys, you always talk about how you want to prepare as a fielder if the ball's hit to you, what you're going to do. Bill King made the call on that unassisted triple play just like he had scripted it. Just off the cuff. Unbelievable. No hesitation whatsoever. Not surprised. I mean, one of the greatest all-time broadcasters, but he was perfect with the call.
No, that's not surprising.
Yeah. Holy Toledo.
We miss Bill King.
Yes, we do.
Still one of my favorite Bill King stories was my first road trip with the Athletics, and I want to say this was 2004. And I got on the plane, and man, was I excited. I think I had my briefcase and like the A's media guide in there. That was it. I was ready to go. As Kemp has a leadoff base hit. So another leadoff man aboard for the Athletics.
TK bringing that TK turnover to the top of the lineup with him. Gets a little split that he's able to go down and get. Hook it down the line. Just dump it over to Mr. Walsh's head over there at first base.
Now here's Olsen. So I get on the plane, right? And I think we were going to Baltimore. So I got the Orioles media guide and the A's media guide. And I think that's it. That's all I need. I got everything I need for the 3-game series. And then Bill got on the plane and he sat down right next to me. And he started hauling out all of his work that he was going to be doing for the 3-game series. And he just kept going in his bag.
That's it.
Actually, it was his suitcase. And he just kept bringing stuff out. And it was all information on the A's. And I sat there and I watched. And I was like, man, I got so far to go for preparation, right? Not even the game, just preparing for the game. Remember, Ray, he had like his papers were color coded with green and gold, and then if it was the other team, it was the team's colors. And
he had a binder that was at least 6 inches thick that had every team's player. Mike Schweitzer, who was the engineer on radio, somebody hit a grand slam, Bill say, who hit it? What was the count? Who was the pitcher? What was the situation? And he'd turn to the page of that particular player and write all that information down so that the next time he played the team, he could say so-and-so hit a grand slam, blah, blah, blah. You know, he had it all. I mean, it was, I mean, he was just unbelievable.
Olsen hits a high pop-up. Rendon has a very long run, but he's going to get there, and he makes the catch. Kemp is going to try for second, and the throw is offline. And then Kemp tries to go to third and realizes he's not going to be able to do it, and he's tagged out.
Wow.
So Kemp made a heads-up, very heads-up play, tagging going first to second, but then he got too aggressive, and he made the mistake of coming off the bag at second base. That's too bad.
Well, with the shift, he probably was thinking that Rendon catches the ball foul territory. Olsen swinging 3-0. Here's the throw back. He gets in safely, and he starts to go to third, and realize there was going to be somebody ahead of him. I think it might have been the shortstop.
It's Wong.
Fletcher's right there taking the ball. So it must have been Wong. So that's a heads-up play by Wong.
Yeah,
right
watch
here.
Wong. You could see him right there. So it's a foot race, and that's when Kemp knew he had no chance to beat him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good play by Wong. Because for him to take off for third, he had to see that Kemp was thinking about doing it as well. There's always a place to be, right? Isn't that what they say?
Exactly right, unfortunately. Kemp started and said, uh-oh, and Fletcher's right there with the baseball. Didn't unload it.
Well, you can see Kemp look over his shoulder, and him seeing Wong out of his peripheral is exactly what gave him pause. Because if there's no Wong there, Tony Kemp continues to roll.
Yeah.
1-1 to Brown. Brown checks his swing, and they say he went as they check with Larry Vanover.
Well, for Brown, who struck out in his first at bat, couldn't hold up on a splitter in the dirt. Bimboom just backhanded it, saying not important, less than 2 strikes, don't have to worry about it, nobody on base.
Fastball high, 93 miles an hour. Cobb about to throw his 60th pitch. Works off the plate, full count. Brown struck out in the second inning. One of 4 strikeouts for Cobb. Scooped up. Wong takes care of it, and that will do it for the Athletics. A hit, nothing else, and we're through 4. 0-0 game.
52% of men between 40 and 70 experience erectile dysfunction, but many don't get treated. Now there's Roman, the digital health clinic for men. With Roman, you can get genuine ED medication prescribed by a healthcare professional from the comfort of home. If prescribed, you'll receive your medication with free 2-day shipping and discreet packaging. Start your free online visit today at GetRoman.com/TV.
It's not just because Boll & Branch organic cotton sheets are incredibly soft. They are. And it's not just that they're free from toxins and made by people who are paid and treated fairly. That's true too. It's because home is where the magic happens. And with better sheets made in safer ways, home makes the world a better place. Boll & Branch. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Well, back by popular demand, the A's are celebrating African American Heritage Day on June the 12th. Fans can snag a free A's t-shirt at the game Saturday, June 12th. See the A's take on the Royals in June and come out to celebrate with us. Tickets start at $21. Get your tickets at athletics.com/tickets.
Top of the 5th inning, no score.
Well, Frankie doing his job, following the 3 starters, which we talked about in our open, and just need to get the offense going against Alex Cobb.
Rojas lined out to Elvis Andrus. Made a very nice diving play, and that happened with a runner at 3rd and 1 out with the shift on and the infield in. So Elvis Andrus saved a run there. Starting pitching has been good for the Athletics. Looking back over the last 7 games, ERA at 2.44 for the starters. 51 innings, 57 strikeouts, and just 14 walks. So very good numbers, and as we showed you last night, the most innings pitched in all of baseball by rotation belongs to the A's.
And that's really the badge of honor.
That's a big one, yep.
Yeah. When we talk about guys trying to get to that 200 inning mark, if that's not the individual goal, collectively, that right there, the number we just talked about, 296 as a group. You'd love to be the lead horse in that race.
Well, you can do some advanced math here. This game today for the A's is number 54.
Yep.
So we are at the 1/3 point of the season after today. And you look at innings pitched by A's pitchers. Bassett's at 70, so he's on pace. If you're into that on pace thing, he's on pace to go over 200 innings. Cole Irvin's at 57. He's very close. Manaya's at 60. Frankie Montas right now at 57. So they're all staying healthy and pitching a lot of innings, and that's a big deal.
Well, let's not forget also that people talking about 60 games shortened season last year. How's it going to affect the players, pitchers especially, going forward in 2021 with the regular schedule, 162 planned? I think it was just a big rest for them last year.
It was a big something. It was a big something for everybody.
Well, it was a big miss at a lot of things, but I think take 4 months off basically, and granted, guys did throw, guys did work, but they do that anyway in the offseason. So it was just like an extended offseason. But we shall see as this season continues.
And that's, you know, I never really thought about that, but that's a good way to look at it, Ray, because what you've heard a lot about starting pitchers is that, well, they didn't throw a lot of innings last year, so they're going to have to be careful this year to extend out. Well, maybe you can look at last year as, hey, they rested a little bit more, and maybe that'll help them pitch more games and more innings this year. It's going to allow Rojas to head over to second base.
Well, you know, that theory right there rings true if the work in the downtime is put in, if the preparation is put in. See Garcia doing his best trying to get around this. Rojas going to pick up an extra 90 feet.
So now runner at second, nobody out. Angels will try to execute here offensively. They'll have to do it with the bottom of their order. Wong fouls that one straight back.
Wong bunted last at bat, his first at bat with a runner at third and 2 outs, and that was Walsh leadoff double. This time, though, he got behind 0-2 when the wild pitch occurred, so a little difficult to bunt with 2 strikes. So he'll try to pull the ball to the right side, or at least make contact with it.
One, 2-5. Ray, you got it? 1-2-5. Dallas?
Got it.
1-2-5.
That's 8. 1, 2, and 5. It equals 8.
Nope. All right, let's not do 1-2-5.
No. See, the 1-2-5 probably a sequence for the runner at second base. What Frankie backed off about was multiple signs given by Hermes Garcia that Frankie didn't like, so he just backed off. Let's call your own game. Add, subtract.
I'd go 8-6-7-5-3-09. That's what I would do. Nice crowd today, over 9,000. Yesterday at 8,700. Dancing around at second is Rojas, and the pitch is a high fastball, and he got it. The Wong chased upstairs.
I don't know if that was foul tipped and Garcia held on, or a ball just almost got away from him. You just hit it in the palm of the glove and then went up into the webbing. Watch this, if you can see it. I think he's looking up like, did I catch it? I caught it. So Wong, a nice play defensively, covering third on the shift, but could not advance the runner after the wild pitch.
So one out here is Ben Boom. Ben Boom Hit that ball into right center in the third that Canna made a terrific play on. Diving to his left. And the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Max Stassi is the Angels, one of the Angels catchers, but Stassi is on the injured list. Got a left thumb sprain and a concussion. So the original plan was Stassi and Kurt Suzuki. Kurt's healthy, Stassi's not.
And if I recall, Suzuki was one that said, I don't want to be an everyday catcher. It's too old for that. It's been around a long time.
It'd be great to be in that position.
Yeah.
Like, no, you know what? I'll play some. Don't think I want to do it every day. No 2 pitch. Lofted to right field. That's going to drop for a hit. Rojas is going to have to stop at third as he had to make sure that Brown did not catch it. So it's first and third, 1 out.
Number 22, David Fletcher.
Well, tried to go to that slider, it looks like.
Unfortunately, just 1 out because Imboom, who crushed the ball to right center, and there's Rojas really undecided what to do, and so the A's still have a chance. Infield's going to play back for the ever dangerous David Fletcher. Why is he always coming up in these situations when you're looking for a double play?
First pitch to Fletcher, fouled it back. This was the big hit by Fletcher last night.
Slice and dice. An outside pitch and just raked it into left field. So much for going to right field.
Well, against the A's at least, we can say, or I can say, that Fletcher is the scariest 0 home run guy.
That's right.
In the major leagues.
Yep. And especially in these situations, when you like to get a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
And he bunts it. Olson's got it. Olson's flipped to the plate, and it's dropped by Garcia, and Rojas will score.
Boy, he had him too.
So Fletcher bunted it. Olson came hustling in, and he had it. And I think indeed, you're right, Ray. They would have got Rojas at the plate, but Garcia dropped it.
Well, Ole is so good at charging anticipation and a little backhand, and maybe Garcia took his eye off the ball. Who knows what happened, but clearly the ball beat him by probably 5 feet. Actually, Rojas had stopped, probably trying to get it in a rundown. But that's costly.
So it's a fielder's choice E2, no RBI. And never know for sure unless you ask Garcia, but I think you're right, Ray. I think he had to maybe have glanced at the runner, just took his eye off to see where the runner was. It's 1-0 Angels.
Well, that was not a safety squeeze either. That was a straight suicide with Rojas coming down the line. Fletcher just bunted it really too hard. There's normally a suicide squeeze. It's bunted and kind of deadened, but the ball was almost a base hit to right field.
So first and second, still 1 out, and now Upton will hit with Ohtani in the on-deck circle.
You know, Olson got on that ball so quickly, probably could have underhanded the ball. He did backhand it, maybe had, I don't know. He just flipped a pebble or something that he was upset with.
Pinder's right there, and Pinder has it, so Upton is 0 for 3.
And it all started with a leadoff walk to Rojas. See, Matt Olson, and he backhand, I mean, it was there, but typically when something like that happens, it's a peek to see where the runner is.
So here's Ohtani. So with 2 on and 2 out, this becomes a big at-bat in this game. Ohtani with a fly ball to the left and a strikeout, and that one past Aramis Garcia was very, very much in the dirt. Not a whole lot you can do as a catcher. You need a little luck, I think, is what you need.
Yeah. I just spiked the splitter, and really not much you can do. Let's get Bob Melvin the option, pick his poison. Is one Ohtani second and third, or Rendon with the bases loaded if they intentionally walked him?
Well, it's a wild pitch. Puts runners at second and third.
Well, Frankie trying to develop a feel for that slider, and that wasn't that split. That wasn't a slider that Walsh hit. I misspoke. That was a hanging split, and we're seeing the lack of effectiveness.
And that's going to be a base hit left center field. Ohtani comes through with a huge hit. It's going to score 2 runs, and the Angels lead 3-0. So Ohtani picks up RBIs number 39 and 40.
And not surprising with an inside-out swing.
Well, we've seen him attack the fastball, not only away, but we've seen him do just this, inside-out fastballs. And this ball is in, almost in, off the black. And look at what Ohtani does to that ball. Inside out, up the left center gap with authority.
And we were talking about how the fastball up, that Ohtani's been having trouble in this series. Well, I guess Bassett, the only guy he faced before today. But the high fastball, he just trying to get on top of something that he couldn't do. But that was the fastball down and in, which is perfect for him.
There's the spray chart on Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, I was thinking the Angels, after this weekend series against the A's, are going to play the Giants in San Francisco Monday and Tuesday. Wonder what they will do with Ohtani. Because he really does not have a position that he plays. I mean, they will put him in right field after he comes out of the game to pitch occasionally. But are you going to send him out there for a full 9 innings? Ohtani runs, and the ball is fouled.
Well, I think Dallas said it best about Ohtani pitching last night and not hitting. You're taking a pretty good bat out of your lineup with him not hitting. I guess Joe Madden's option was to just let him pitch, not worry about hitting. Maybe something occurred whenever was warming up someplace. I think it was Texas, where he's warming up hitting second, so he had to warm up and then hurry up and get into bat second and get out on the mound.
I think too, for the Angels and specifically Joe Madden, it is a different set of circumstances that you have to deal with as a manager.
Yeah.
Well, just,
I mean, it's not easy.
And just that right there, the idea. Think about the mental strength it takes to be warming up, knowing you're seconds away from having to get up there and you're on deck.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to take a lot into consideration if you're the manager and the organization of, how do we use Ohtani? Does he hit when he pitches?
Well,
how often does he need a day off? Is he pitching once a week? There's a lot going on there. I mean, it's worth it because of how talented he is, but it is not anywhere close to a normal situation.
In those cases where he's pitching and hitting, might be better to put him down on the batting order.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That way he doesn't have to worry about Dallas, like you said, to be warming up, knowing you're in the on-deck circle.
Well, he's leaning right now over there at first base.
And he goes. And the pitch is in the dirt. Garcia is able to make a play on it, but it was not going to hold Ohtani at all, and he's got a stolen base.
Well, and you can just see, again, from where I'm sitting, I got a great line watching these runners get their lead. You also got to think about count. 1-2. Good chance you're getting something off speed from Frankie. We've seen what that splitter's looked like recently. It's been buried in the dirt. Ohtani exchanging pleasantries.
Oh, and by the way, he leads the Angels in stolen bases now with 7.
Yep, your team's best pitcher.
Nothing about that sounds remotely normal. So, Emo's on the horn, so we may see some movement. I see a sweatshirt coming off down there in the A's bullpen. Rendon has a base hit right field. Here comes Brown. Here comes Shohei Ohtani. The throw is going to be cut off. Ohtani slides in safely. It's 4-0. So Rendon gets his second hit.
Well, trying to go hard with the fastball away. It's away, but Rendon is waiting for him. Got an opening on the right side. Find a hole. And they were not going to get the speedy Ohtani. Saw him just pick up second base. Around easily with those long strides. Well, you know, we saw Cam Bedrosian up and cranking. We saw Ramos Garcia start to come out like he was going to have a meeting with Frankie, like they were going to discuss something. Frankie waved him back. And then the single.
So 4 runs in the inning, 3 hits, walk, and a costly error.
Well, and you think about the preparation, and you start thinking about also Frankie and Murph have been catching, pitching every start except this one. And sometimes there's just that little bit of a confusion between pitcher catcher, and I think we've seen a little bit of that today, especially the runner at second base. A number of signs that Garcia has had to go through to get to where Frankie wants that particular pitch.
And that's always been my argument on that, is that if you're going through all that and there's still confusion, then it's not working.
Exactly.
Oh, 2 to Walsh. Walsh takes inside. We should not forget that Walsh was a two-way player. In 2019, Walsh pitched in 5 games for the Angels and had a 1.80 ERA. So he deserves his time as a, letting everybody know that he was a two-way player, Dallas.
I appreciate that. As far as Walsh is concerned, he probably feels like, you know, we can talk about that, but now we got this guy here.
Yeah.
I've heard, though, Dallas, I've heard that you could hit in college. So you were a two-way player. You could hit.
Way back in the day. Way back, I was a guy who could just handle the bat a little bit, put it in play. Wasn't going to hurt you at all, that's for sure.
And I've seen your softball swing. It's like I'm going yard every time.
Well, you catch me on the softball diamond, that's a different story. I got bad intentions there. Now, Foss, that begs the question. How many innings under your belt?
Fair question.
Do you have, if any?
Pitching?
Yes, sir.
None.
Okay.
Come on. Marion High School,
well,
you're catching, and then they say, you know what? You got to finish this one, Ray.
Well,
Are you taking the mound?
Well, I did.
Did you really?
I did in high school, but not in pro ball.
You were not a sinker slider guy. You were.
No, I was a 12-6 curveball.
Wall strikes out, but Damage done by the Angels. They score 4 times, so it's 4-0 Angels as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
For 25 years,
Nice throw.
Major League Baseball and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America
That's beautiful.
have teamed up to guide kids through the first tries,
It's all good, Aaron.
the curveballs,
There you go.
and the big dreams, setting them up to make great plays on and off the field. Celebrating 25 years of building brighter futures together.
Against a team that's got a bunch of right-handers.
Relax and watch High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
Hey, Harold, how do you prepare for a big show?
Well, I just try to stay positive. Take it one show at a time and treat it just like any other show.
How do you feel about the other analysts you work with?
It's a great group of guys. We're all on the same page. I'm just happy to be here.
What's your prediction for the season?
We'll see what happens. It all comes down to execution in the studio.
The pro player answers. He's still got it.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Kelly Moore Paints, the Painter's Paint Store.
Beautiful look at the Montclair district just nearby. Angels 4, Athletics nothing. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. So a little work to do for the A's. They'll have to do it against Alex Cobb, the starter for the Angels, who's been pretty good through the first 4 innings.
I know Brody and Shooty mentioned it during the A's pregame show, but I also want to pass along happy birthday to John Blue Moon Odom, who we know is watching. John Blue Moon Odom, 3-time world champion, 7-2, 3-4, outstanding sinking fastball. And he could hit, he could run, he could pitch. And if you don't believe me, ask him. Because he could do it all.
Now, what day this week did you get the phone call that he told you it was going to be his birthday today?
Well, I wasn't going to wait. You know, I just made sure that I knew, because as this game progressed, I'd probably be hearing from him.
Oh, we just saw Blue Moon in Anaheim. First row, right behind the dugout.
Front row, that's right. Mickey takes care of him.
1-1 to Matt Chapman, who lined out to Kian Wong, the second baseman, his first at bat.
Well, it is amazing what a leadoff walk will do in an inning, because last inning turned out to be just one of those innings you want to forget. But it did start with a leadoff walk.
One-two pitch, little low. Good take by Chapman. Moreland to follow, and then Pinder here in the 5th.
They just need to find a way to get on the board. There's a 7th 3-ball count for Cobb, and that's one of the reasons that his pitch count where it is in the just starting the 5th inning.
And he misses badly inside, and it's a leadoff walk.
Well, fans, ride the wave with your green and gold. A's fans, come cheer on your Oakland Athletics at the Coliseum tomorrow and for 11 dates in June. Bring a friend or the whole family. Single game tickets to see the A's in person are now available. Tickets start at $19. See the red hot A's in town now through Sunday. Tickets at athletics.com/tickets. Tomorrow, the homestand finale against these Angels. And won the first two.
So first pitch strike to Mitch Moreland. Well, who knows, guys? Maybe on the 29th of June, when stadium capacity goes to 100%, maybe big crowds will return to the Coliseum. Wouldn't that be nice? Grounded to the left side. Rendon, his throw across the diamond, not in time. Anthony Rendon, the only infielder on that left side.
Joe Madden with his hand up, not surprising. The fact that Rendon had to go to his right, circled around it nicely. I think he's safe. Yep, foot definitely an entire foot on the bag before the throw into Walsh's glove. So nice way to start this inning.
So Rendon made a nice play, but Moreland beat it out. So Mitch Moreland's 2 for 2, and the A's have something going. 2 on, nobody out for Pinder. Pinder hits it right to short. Out at second, and that's a double play. So just like that, 2 outs. That is the 3rd double play the A's have hit into in this game, and they have now hit into 8 double plays in this series.
Taylor made 6-4-3. Ball hit hard by Chad Pinder. And that's 2 conventional, and you're right, Kipe, 3 total on the day.
So 3 today, 5 total in the first 2 games of this series. So has not necessarily helped the Angels win a game yet, but today it has been huge. And frustrating for the A's.
And over the course of Cobb's career, he's been more of a fly ball pitcher. And today with those double plays, of course, the one unconventional was the pop-up caught by Rendon.
0-2 now to Elvis Andrus, who walked in the 3rd. And he got him swinging. Andrus on a foul tip, and Ben Boom caught it before it hit the dirt, and the A's do not score.
You can find me at the hot corner for the Oakland A's. I take pride in keeping runs off the board. With all the big bats in the league, you have to work really hard to shut them down. Being at the heart of a great franchise is a dream come true. Being on a postseason squad the last few years was amazing. We're ready to take it to the next level. I'm Matt Chapman of the Oakland A's, and my dream lives here on MLB Network.
Welcome to the nerd life. Welcome to the nerd life.
It's all about the numbers on MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
Welcome to the nerd life.
Mr. Smoke.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Well, it's been a little bit of a frustrating afternoon for the A's. They trail 4-0. The Angels come to bat here in the 6th inning. Yes, 3 innings for the A's. Bottom of the 3rd, bottom of the 4th, bottom of the 5th. They've got their leadoff man on. But a double play has kind of ruined the inning.
He's got the first 2 on the bottom of the 5th inning, and within 4 pitches, 3 outs, and Angels back in the dugout.
Well, and that's the big momentum sapper is I feel like you're just starting to build something, and then in the blink of an eye, it's taken away.
Well, especially when you're trailing in the game, then it's even more frustrating because you feel like you let an opportunity to get back in the game get away.
And on the flip side of that, if you're Alex Cobb, sort of reinforcing the idea that what you've been doing the entire afternoon has been working, and that it's okay to just continue to stick with your game plan, not what you want to feel through the green and gold.
Strike 3 call to Juan Lagares as he heads back to the dugout. 6 strikeouts now for Montas.
There you go, Frankie. Dotting up 96 down in the basement. Nothing much Lagares can do with that.
So with 1 out, here's Jose Rojas. Padres and the Astros are underway in Houston, with the Astros leading 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Darvish for San Diego, Odorizzi for Houston.
That was a strange one last night.
It was Carlos Correa with a home run today, a 2-run shot for the only runs in the game, hit that off Darvish. And last night the Padres scored 7 runs in the top of the 11th inning and won the game 10-3.
Not quite like last night, but still upstairs a little bit. Ball tried to go down and bring it back, and instead it went up.
1-2 to Rojas. Blocked by Garcia, so the count 2-2. Rangers and the Mariners will play tonight. Fulton-Nevich for Texas, Dunn for Seattle. The Mariners have won 4 out of 5. They're trying to get back to the 500 mark. Seattle 25-27 going into tonight's game. Pitch is high, 3-2. Rangers, on the other hand, have lost 4 in a row and 13 out of their last 17. Nothing going right for Texas right now. The Mariners 5.5 games behind the A's. The Astros 2.5 games behind the A's in the AL West. That one fouled up over our head into the upper deck. And now down to the second deck. And maybe all the way down to the lower deck.
End up with Dallas Braden down in Dongalon.
Rojas chases a pitch in the dirt. Back-to-back strikeouts for Frankie Montas.
Well, split finger fastball for Frankie all day has been pretty good. Nice block by Garcia with the ball in the dirt on strike 3. Tell you what, it's not been an easy chore for Garcia this afternoon, especially if Frankie's splitter is working. Former Angel just getting loose again. It's Cam Bedrosian.
First pitch to Keon Wong is outside. Wong has bunted Burnout and then struck out. And this one is smoked. Right center field. Brown on the move. Brown near the wall, and it bangs off the wall. And Wong is going to ease into second with a double.
Well, the lefty squares up a fastball that misses its mark. Painted in, not where they wanted it, looking to go away. And right into a nitro zone for a lefty.
So that's going to do it for Frankie Montas. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
I love talking about Sean Manaea.
Meet Sean Manaea.
He's going to be a big part of that A's rotation.
He's watching MLB Network.
Their rotation is way underrated, and Manaea is going to be the king of the hill.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
Jim. Hey, Jim. You were known for your work ethic during your playing days. Now that you're an analyst at MLB Network, do you find that your days are easier?
Yo, Big Jim, you ready to do that hitting demo? Let's go, man.
Hey, Jim, here's a research packet for tonight's show. I'll see you on the set in 5.
Jim, why aren't you dressed? We're on in 2 minutes.
Maybe a little bit easier.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Get a quote at mercuryinsurance.com.
So we're starting to see some sunshine at the Coliseum. That's nice. Frankie Montas, though, is not a happy guy. And that all goes back to the 5th inning. 4 runs, none of them earned.
That's what hurts. Leadoff walk, yeah, but then chance to get out of the inning. Really, chance to get out of the inning with just the walk and a. That's it. But as we always say, good teams take advantage of mistakes by a team, and the A's made some mistakes, and the Angels capitalized.
In the dirt, 1-1 the count to Bemboom.
This is the big leagues. Straight up.
Exactly
this is the big leagues. You cannot give your opponent extra outs. You give them opportunities to extend innings. That's exactly what happens more times than not.
Bemboom had a base hit in that 5th inning. Scored a run. His base hit put runners at 1st and 3rd with 1 out.
That was that soft single after he blistered a ball that was caught by Mark Canha in right center. Great diving, lunging catch. Proof that you don't want to hit the ball hard. Hit it softly.
It's overrated.
Right. Loud outs. All you get is nice swing. I don't want to hear that.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So that ends the inning. Runner stranded at second base is Wong, and we're going to the bottom of the 6th with the Angels leading 4-0.
The ballpark is better when we're all here together. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Join the team and help us all get back to doing what we love together.
Hi, I'm Matt Chapman, third baseman for the Oakland A's.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, analyst for MLB Network.
Catch me on MLB Tonight as I try for another Gold Glove season.
You want a Gold Glove?
2, actually.
Let me know when you get to 3.
Let me know when you win a Platinum Glove.
I want to show off.
MLB Tonight, where baseball's best players are side by side with TV's best baseball analysts. Only on MLB Network.
Snag the best deal of the season to see the A's this summer. A's Flex Tickets saves you up to 30% off ticket prices. Flex Tickets can be redeemed for any available game this season when you are ready to come back to the Coliseum. Plan ahead to see some of the biggest matchups this summer. See the Angels tomorrow to close out the homestands. Red Sox and Yankees, they'll come into town also. The Flex Tickets at athletics.com/FlexTix.
Future rock star, there he is.
Yes, he is working the whammy bar. He's doing it all right now. See, he just needs more room so I can see him go into a power slide.
Yeah. Look at jamming. So Cobb back to work, bottom of the 6th inning. And a new right fielder, it's Taylor Ward. So Ward in right, Rojas is out. Right over Marcotte's head. Curve in for a strike, 1-2.
That's good news for the Athletics. Somebody's warming up in the bullpen because Cobb has been dealing and been successful.
They got 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Cobb has always pitched well against the Athletics, going back to his good years with the Rays.
Start against the A's was 2011. Last time he won here was 2012. It's been a while.
And a fastball, swing and a miss. 6 strikeout for Cobb.
Dallas as a pitcher, as you see this strikeout from Cobb, as he has been pretty consistent that time with a high fastball. But Dallas Cobb, throughout his career, Dallas has had blister problems with the middle finger on his pitching hand. Missed, what, a couple of weeks this year. Why is that happening to certain guys?
Well, that can just be about the finger pressure and where the ball's coming off your hand and how you like to apply pressure. Guys that can manipulate the baseball. And if we're being honest, over the course of Cobb's career, he's probably been right in the thick of the evolution of the baseball itself.
Yeah.
But I was somebody who also, throughout my career, dealt with blister issues at times. And there are things you do, like you allow the callus to build up. You start shaving the callus you start shaping the skin so that it can toughen up. There's lots of other things you do at home that we can't talk about on television. But I had a blister on my middle finger as well. And to look at my middle finger from the top view, you can almost see part of my finger is kind of missing.
Yeah.
Just missed inside.
Just soaking it in pickle juice and
dill pickle juice.
All kind of other things with high acidic content.
Yeah, the pickle juice is it's one of the things that people talk about a lot.
Count remains 2-2 to Mark Canha, who has struck out twice against Cobb.
Yeah, Foss, I mean, there's lots of different ways to toughen up your hands and build calluses.
That's right. Batting gloves have kind of stopped a little bit of that from the hitter standpoint.
I get a little callous from keeping score. Especially in those double headers. Pickle juice, huh?
Yeah, and you get that thing busted up at times. You take the tip of a super glue bottle or the little super glue and stick the tip of that super glue into the opening of the blister and fill up the blister and seal it off.
Grounded to short. Fletcher throws across. Canha is out.
Well, we remember probably the most recent anybody I can think of is Rich Hill.
Yeah.
That's when he was with the Athletics, that just constantly bothered him. In fact, I think it was one start that he had, and he came out early, and then Andrew Triggs got hurt when he came in, and that's when Sean Manaea made his relief appearance. That's what it was, yeah. I can do it, Skip. You're the last guy.
I think it was also back in 2019 when it seemed like, and the pitchers said that was happening, where there was more blister situations because the seams were maybe different on the baseballs than years past. I don't know that any of that was ever verified, but there were more guys dealing with, more pitchers dealing with blisters. One-on-one to Tony Kemp. Strikeout and a single for Kemp.
Yeah, it seemed like that year, Cobb, just like you said, it started with a hot spot that resulted in blisters. The evolution of the baseball, I like that, because that's exactly what has happened.
Well, I think about a guy like Aaron Sanchez in Toronto, starter, who had a ton of issues with hot spots and blisters. And, guys just, I don't want to say get derailed, but you get thrown off kilter a little bit. And
One and two to Kemp. Made a pretty good pitch on the inside corner. Did not get the call from David Rackley.
Look at Rackley kind of peeking around because Pimbo moves in. So far, that happened in the first at bat by Tony Kemp in the first inning. A fastball inside. Ran in and then came back over the plate for strike three called. I always like it when a catcher moves in so far. He's kind of under the armpits of the hitter. And the umpire in that slot is trying to push the catcher over so he can see. Otherwise, he just turns his head to the side. maximum protection for the umpire.
And that time he did get the call. He went inside and he kept to it. So 2 strikeouts in the 3-up, 3-down inning for Alex Cobb.
Hey, it's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
Nerds. Have new money goals? NerdWallet can help you find the credit card to make them happen. Want to earn enough points for a weekend of fancy camping? We have options for that. Maybe have a better credit card than your older sister. We have comparison tools for that. Or find a card that lets you donate your cash back to food banks. We have tips for that too. From low rates to the best rewards, easily discover and compare the smartest credit cards. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
Play of the day brought to you by your California Ford dealers. Well, way back in the early part of the game, this was Bim Boom with a ball hit to right center, and Mark Cannon coming out of nowhere, leaving his feet. I got it. He's got it. Hits the ground, tumbles over, comes up with a baseball, and boom goes the dynamite. Bim Boom tried to hit a gapper and robbed by Mark Cannon.
Fletcher to lead it off here in the top of the 7th. We should tell you that Ramon Laureano is got a little groin tightness, is what we are told. It's not anything real severe, but they are being careful with Ramon, who has not been in the lineup in any of the 3 games in this series. So the A's are being careful with that. There's Ramon. And the A's do not have an off day until next Thursday, in the middle of 16 consecutive days with a game. Babe Fletcher with another hit. The scariest no-homer guy in baseball, David Fletcher.
Well, very similar to what he did last night with the base hit to left field. Just reached out and top-handed the ball into left field on the slider. You can almost say that David Fletcher has a 2-strike approach with the first pitch he sees each at bat, which is not a bad approach. He knows his limitations. He knows he'll probably fill up the home run column with maybe 1 or 2 before the end of the season, but he's not up there knowing he's not going to hit 15 to 20 and not trying to do it.
Well, and we talk about Fletcher, Babe Fletcher. We have fun with him. I love him as a player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy every team should have one of those. One and 0 to Upton. In the dirt. So Cam Bedrosian on in relief of Frankie Montas, who went 5 2/3 innings. Well, not a lot of work for the A's bullpen in this series. Of course, Bassett with the complete game on Thursday, and then Sean Manaea 6 2/3 innings last night. It was just Petit and Trevino who pitched last night. Upton hits a pop-up right side of the diamond for Kemp. Upton now 0 for 4. And here's Shohei Ohtani with 1 out. Ohtani had a big hit in this game. It was 1-0 with 2 on and 2 out. Both runners in scoring position, and he lined a base hit to left center field that scored 2, and it turned a 1-0 game into a 3-0 game. Ohtani now with 40 RBIs.
Yeah, there's 3 runs scored by the Angels with 2 outs. The suicide squeeze, it should have been. I mean, that's why the 400 runs in the inning, but well, the Angels taking advantage, and that's why it's a 4-0 game now.
Garcia blocks it. It rolls out in front.
Phenomenal job here by Garcia, not only on the block here, but to pop out after the fact. You can see it coming down. It hits his thigh and shoots out. And Fletcher was all but gone to second base until he saw that ball come back out in front of the plate.
And be careful here. 2-0 to Ohtani. And he takes a strike outside corner. Rafael Devers from the Red Sox leads the American League in RBIs with 43 coming into today.
Painted heater away. Catches just enough.
There's a shot to center field, and that's a base hit. Fletcher will stop at second. Pretty good exit velocity there, I would guess.
Sounded like it.
So Ohtani's 2 for 4.
Well, that just shows you right there the power of Shohei Ohtani. Got the top spin on it, so kept it in the park. Unlike his kind of like an uppercut swing, this ball just blistered in the center field.
109.7 miles per hour exit velocity.
Yeah, it is.
On a base hit to center field.
It's a different sound.
First pitch to Rendon. Hit hard to short. And that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. So the A's give up a couple hits, get a double play. 7th inning stretch time. It's 4-0 Angels.
My hair started to thin, and I took a pharmaceutical drug that caused severe side effects such as sexual dysfunction. Nutrafol is a drug-free, natural supplement that gave me my hair, my health, and my confidence back. Get growing at Nutrafol.com.
I was born to be the next big thing. No telling where I'm going, but I'll show you what I mean. Like, na 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 na. You see me moving, but they're never gonna catch me.
I love talking about Sean Manaea.
Meet Sean Manaea.
He's going to be a big part of that A's rotation.
He's watching MLB Network.
Their rotation is way underrated, and Manaea is going to be the king of the hill.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Clark Pest Control. Local technicians, guaranteed results.
So download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for your Oakland A's.
Nice day at the ballpark. Sun's coming out. The score is not great, but as long as everybody's having a good time, and it certainly looks like they are. So 4-0, the Angels lead behind Alex Cobb, who has been very good today. His career numbers at the Coliseum, and this is updated with what he has done today. He's got a 1.65 ERA in this ballpark. 6 shutout innings today with 7 strikeouts. First pitch swinging is Olsen. Ball is flipped to first, and that is Keon Wong who takes care of it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Wong had to charge in quickly.
Well, you know, I just saw Alex Cobb do something we saw Chris Bassett do last night, and in the day and age of the shift, very rarely do you see it, and it's for a few different reasons. One, if you've got a veteran guy out there who's got a feel for what he's doing and the manager has the trust in him, probably no problem moving guys around. But I just saw Cobb, and that Olsen at bat, move Rendon way out of the area they had him shifted in. And of no consequence, ground ball to the right side. But we saw Chris Bassett do that same thing last night. And when guys start to really get comfortable, start to really settle into a groove mentally with how they're pitching, what they're able to execute, those little things right there are kind of markers to let you know just where a guy is at, not only in his outing, but maybe in the progression of becoming a better pitcher. And I think for Chris Bassett, that's what we saw last night. And for Alex Cobb, the numbers here at the Coliseum, feeling pretty good about how things are going right now. No problem directing traffic.
Well, Joe Madden has seen this before from Cobb with the Rays. Tony Watson has been warming up for a while, so he's ready if Cobb were to get into any trouble. Walsh backhands it. Getting over there is Cobb to cover. And the throw just ahead of Brown, and that's the second out. So that'll bring up Matt Chapman, and now a message by Pacifico. Here's Matt Chapman, who has lined out and walked. First pitch is a little bit low. The Angels will have a whole bunch of free agents after this year. Whole bunch of them. And that includes 4 of their starters. And Cobb is one of them. So they have decisions to make. Cobb's a free agent. Quintana's a free agent. Bundy's a free agent. Andrew Heaney's a free agent. Now the question is, are any of them guys you want to keep, because pitching has not been very good for the Angels?
It's not been good, and they've not been able to acquire quality pitchers like Bauer and Garrett Cole. But
you still need to replace them if you don't bring them back. And that's a lot.
Showed Cobb's numbers at the Coliseum. 5th start, the 1 win. 2012. Remember a guy named Brandon Inge?
Sure do.
Hit a home run off him. A guy named Jared Parker faced him. That was it. So that was under Joe Matt. I mean, it goes back so far that start at St. Petersburg. The catching coach by the name of Jose Molina was his catcher. So that's how long Cobb has been around.
And that is a swing and a miss. So that is 8 in a row retired by Alex Cobb as he picks up his 8th strikeout.
My hair started to thin, and I took a pharmaceutical drug that caused severe side effects such as sexual dysfunction. Nutrafol is a drug-free natural supplement that gave me my hair, my health, and my confidence back. Get growing at Nutrafol.com.
I was born to be the next big thing. No telling where I'm going, but I'll show you what I mean. Like, na 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 na. You see me moving, but they're never gonna catch me.
The ballpark is better when we're all here together. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Join the team and help us all get back to doing what we love together.
Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Toyota. With 10 hybrids to choose from, there's one for everyone. Toyota, let's go places. And by Mercury Insurance. Get a quote at mercuryinsurance.com.
Well, when you get a handshake from the manager, that usually means your afternoon is done. Alex Cobb, 7 shutout innings, and he was really, really good. So it looks like the A's will see the Angels bullpen the rest of the way. Speaking of bullpens, the A's have gone to theirs for the second time. Diola's Guerra comes in. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Diola's Guerra. Facing Jared Walsh. Just looking at the numbers and the notes on Diola's Guerra. With Walsh being a left-handed hitter, lefties are 2 for 29 against Guerra. That's a .069 batting average.
It's a good changeup.
So there's different ways to look at the batting average. Of course, the Mendoza line is 200. You want to be over that. You don't want to be on the interstate, which is anything in the 100s. But .069, isn't that the bingo card?
Bingo. Yeah. Bingo. Yeah. You don't want to. You never want to play bingo.
You don't want to play bingo. You don't want to be on the interstate, and you want to be above the Mendoza line.
So Elvis Andrus is breathing a sigh of relief.
Slowly hit. Chapman scoops, fires to first, and they just got Walsh. Nice play by Matt Chapman. And Walsh retired. He's 1 for 4.
Best part about this play, again, I've got fans sitting around me here, and behind me I heard one fan go, "Oh no," and behind me the next fan said, "But that's Chappie." And you're right, that's Chappie, the platinum player over. They don't sleep on it. That's an absolute rifle. Makes a great play coming in.
And that rifle is the difference in making that play. Because if you don't have a gun, you don't have a strong arm, that play is not made that way.
So with 1 out, here's Juan Lagares. Lagares 0 for 3 today and 1 for 10 in the series. Replacing Mike Trout in center field. Good pitch there, right on the corner. The Tampa Bay Rays won again. They beat the Phillies today 5-3 in St. Petersburg, and I find myself checking now to see if the Rays won or not, just because of how often they do win. Scooped up by Kemp. And that is the second out. So they won. They have now won 14 out of their last 15 games, the Rays. And they have the best record in the American League at 33-20.
I know why you're checking them, because you know the A's don't play them again the rest of the season.
Which is probably a good thing.
That's exactly right. The way they're playing now,
man, man.
Imagine having 7 games remaining against the Rays. 6 or 7, depending on the schedule, but regardless.
The Rays will be in New York on Monday to start a 4-game series against the Yankees. So that's a good series to watch. So you got the Rays on one end of the spectrum. You have the Arizona Diamondbacks on the other end. Diamondbacks have lost 12 in a row.
Well, you don't like to hear that, because you start thinking about one guy, and it's the manager.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, it's Torey Lovullo.
I mean, you know, you lose 5 in a row, 6 in a row, you're frustrated, but all right. You lose 8 or 9, then it starts to get a little weird. When you lose 12, you just don't think you're ever going to win another game. Olsen over, but it's going to be just off the netting.
Whereas you think, you know, regardless, probably a 4-game series in that stretch at some point maybe, but that's 4 different clubs you've gone up against. It feels like you've been swept. And just no answer for anybody, for anything.
Hey, the Baltimore Orioles, they're playing a doubleheader today. They lost the first game to the White Sox. The Orioles have lost 11 in a row. And they're playing the second game of the doubleheader right now. But you look at the division standings, and you are starting to separate a little bit your contenders and non-contenders, even though it's still the second month of the season, June right around the corner.
Yeah,
the
but
AL East is tight with Tampa Bay, Boston, and the Yankees, and Toronto's hanging around.
But I think you can look across the board, take a look at some of the teams at the top of these divisions at this point in time, and maybe the NL Central, I think, might have some questions in the East.
The East, yeah. And that's going to be a walk to Ward.
Well, the Athletics just announced post-game fireworks on July the 2nd. The Coliseum is moving to full capacity at the end of June, and we'd love to see you celebrate the 4th of July with patriotic fireworks on July the 2nd. Snag our special family 4-pack, which includes 4 tickets and parking for just $120. Just that great news. Tickets and information at athletics.com/fireworks. You know that David Don and his crew over in A's Vision always put together great choreographed for the great fireworks, and especially on the 4th of July. So looking forward to the first fireworks of the 2021 season. Normally the A's have about 6 or 7. So full capacity on the 29th of June, July 2nd, fireworks.
Well, and the calendar sets up nicely with full capacity starting on the 29th, and then that is the week of 4th of July weekend, if that makes any sense. But, so let's just make that a full week celebration.
That's right.
I'm into that.
Yeah. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Garcia's throw just off the glove of Elvis Andrus, and it's going to be a stolen base for Ward.
Well, just a little bit of a short hop. And Elvis Andrus, one of those that, as a middle infielder, you want to be able to make the play and apply the tag. Every time I see a play at second base, I think of J.J. Hardy. See how Elvis tries to catch the hop coming up. J.J. Hardy had the palm of his glove down, so all he had to do is catch the ball and go straight down. I've never seen that before, but it always amazes me every time I see a middle infielder because instinctively you want to bring the glove up to catch the ball as it's bouncing, but he just did the opposite. And it worked very well. Matter of fact, he started teaching a lot of players that move.
And that's a swing and a miss. So Wong strikes out, runner stranded, and we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Watson coming in, 4-0 Angels.
With all the big bats in the league, you have to work really hard to shut them down. I take pride in keeping runs off the board. I'm Matt Chapman of the Oakland A's, and my dream lives here on MLB Network.
Against a team that's got a bunch of right-handers.
Relax and watch High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
Mr. Smoke, Mr. Smoke.
You, go ahead.
Since signing with MLB Network, you've been very busy. You've done pitching demos, game analysis, and color commentary for live games. How are you able to juggle so many roles as an analyst?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions, only on MLB Network.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. All Angels so far. Angels do have a couple shots left. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Angels. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Athletics. Alex Cobb was very good. Frankie Montas, 4 runs, but all were unearned. A costly error by the catcher Garcia was part of that 5-run 4th inning for the Angels. So here's Tony Watson, the veteran left-hander. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. And these will send up Piscotty to hit. He's hitting for Moreland. So Watson in, Piscotty in.
Well, if you're Oakland, you still got time here.
Yep. Two and one to Piscotty. Pinder to follow, and then Elvis Andrus here in the 8th.
And we've seen this team put together big innings over the last few days.
That's a no swing, says Eric Bacchus.
Take a look from the side, see Elvis getting his hacks in. No, he didn't.
It's full count now to Piscotty. Trying to do everything he can to get on base.
Well, that's a great take. I mean, you hate to take a 3-1 fastball, but you're exactly right. You're down 4. You need base runners. You don't want to get greedy and try to jump on fastballs just to help your own stats.
Piscotty reaches for it and drives it to center. McGarris right there, and he's got it. So one away here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's check out what's on tap, brought to you by Pacifico. The upcoming 2 weeks for the Athletics. They will head out on the road. 3 in Seattle, off day on Thursday, and then 3 in Colorado against the Rockies. That's next week. And then they'll be back home. 2 against the Diamondbacks, 4 against the Royals. And then after the Royals, these Angels come back. So that will be a 9-game homestand for the A's from June 8th through the 16th. So that gets you to halfway through the month of June. They'll then go to New York, Texas, and San Francisco. And then at the end of June, 100% capacity opens up with the Texas Rangers coming to town. So that's kind of a look at the schedule for the month of June.
When you talked about how the Diamondbacks have been struggling, Royals playing a little bit better brand of baseball over their last 10 games or so. But an opportunity there at that point in the schedule for the A's, provided they're swinging it and pitching it well. Talk about the separation.
And how about June 21st, the A's will open up a 4-game series at Texas. That's the first time they will see the Rangers this year.
Unbelievable.
There's always some quirks in the schedule.
But it's usually against maybe a team from the East where you're seeing one time. I mean, if they're seeing them for the first time then, as I've said before, that's 19 games the two teams will play from that point on.
Well, you know what's funny is starting with June 21st, the next 18 games leading up to the All-Star break, the A's will play the Rangers 10 times.
There you go.
So, you know, that's very strange. They will play the Rangers. They will play a series against the Rangers in 3 straight weeks. So we'll know all about Texas. Pinder hits a high pop-up. Center fielder Lagares, he's got it, and that is 2 outs.
Well, and one of the regrets about not being able to be there for that road trip will be the unbelievable video board tribute that I'm sure this man, Elvis Andrews, will receive.
Yeah, you're right.
For
well
his
deserved.
Yes, for his time in Texas.
Well, the last member of the 10 and 12 American League champions unfortunately couldn't complete the deal. That wasn't 10 and 12. What was it?
10 and 11.
10 and 11. Yeah, sorry. It was 12. The A's beat the Rangers on the final day of the season. I was thinking the Giants 10, 12, 14 when they win the championships.
This one's hit up the middle. Fletcher shows pretty good range, and Watson has a 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the 8th inning. 9th inning coming up.
I'm Lorenzo Cain, and you can catch me robbing home runs on MLB Tonight.
I'm Bill Ripken, and you can catch me talking about those robbed home runs on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, where baseball's best players are side by side with TV's best baseball analysts.
Hey Al, I'm just wondering, during the demo on MLB Tonight, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? I think you're misunderstanding. That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, he got home, baby. Right. I think that ball's still traveling. Any farther, and you need a flight plan for it.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
this week on A's Cast Live, A's GM David Forst stopped by and discussed Jesus Luzardo's role when he returns.
I think we need to sit down with Bob and Emo and check in with Jesus and figure that out right now. I think we want him back sooner rather than later, and we all know that the process of getting guys stretched out to start is a long one. So I think Bob mentioned publicly the other day that there's always an opportunity to stretch him out as we go if he's here sooner than that. So I think we're keeping that option open, but that's something we're going to talk about today and tomorrow and try and figure out as soon as we can.
Well, head to athletics.com/A'sCast for 24/7 and on-demand Oakland A's content featuring Chris Townsend. So interesting stuff from the general manager, David Forst, regarding Jesus Luzardo. And I thought with Bob saying it and David kind of reiterating it, we want Luzardo here as quick as possible. Yep. I think that leads you to believe that Luzardo coming back and going to the bullpen certainly is a strong possibility. And right now the A's only have one left-hander in the bullpen, and that's Diekman. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I think also the fact that Luzardo first joined the A's, first time the big leagues pitching out of the bullpen. So he's somewhat familiar with that, and he does not have to worry about pacing anything. Just air it out. A couple of closes there with Romo getting loose, perhaps for the ninth. No, this is the ninth, so he's maybe getting ready to come into this game.
But I think you have to, I mean, there's other questions involved in the Luzardo thing. If you stretch him out, you got to wait a little longer, or stretch him out to be a starter. But who's he going to replace in the rotation?
Exactly.
I mean, all the guys are doing a pretty good job.
And that's why they, correct me if I'm wrong, on the rehab assignments, they have 20 days for a position player, 30 for a starter, because it takes longer to stretch it out. You're not pitching every day like a reliever would or could. You don't have to throw as many pitches.
0-2 to Anthony Bemboom, who's 1 for 3. A little bit inside.
I could see Luzardo as a high leverage left-handed reliever. I mean, stretching him out means you might be thinking about 2 or 3 innings. Maybe if the starter goes short, but he could do that as well.
And you got to keep A.J. Puck in mind as well. Get him back at some point. And a swing and a miss. Guerra gets the strikeout on a high fastball. Second strikeout for Deolis Guerra.
Elevate. That's exactly what he does here. Take him up the ladder. It's old Bemboom to chase.
So with 1 out, here's Fletcher. Fletcher is 1 for 3. Had a single in the 7th. Fielder's choice in the 5th, and the fielder's choice was the bunt on the squeeze play, and it turned out to be a huge play in this game. Sort of opened the door for the Angels to score 4 times. That was a base hit by Fletcher.
Well, like we said, he's got 0 in the home run column, and I've said it best, the best non-home run hitter on the team. Or the best hitter with no home runs on the team. But
scariest, that's
but bottom line, he knows his capabilities. He just right on top hand, base hit.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up and brake experts. It can only be Sergio Romo.
I love talking about Sean Manaea.
Meet Sean Manaea.
He's going to be a big part of that A's rotation.
He's watching MLB Network.
Their rotation is way underrated, and Manaea is going to be the king of the hill.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
push it down the third base line and end up at first base.
Relax and watch High Heat with Christopher Russo. Only on MLB Network.
Cliff, how do you know how much bling to wear before each game?
What bling you wear during the game is a very important decision. You want to wear enough so you look good, but not too much where it slows you down on the base pass. Some diamonds are always nice, but on a sunny day, the reflection can get in your eye and make you miss a play.
Thanks, Cliff. Very informative.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
Romo's in. The banana splits even like it.
I mean, it's must see.
That's my favorite right there. The dad embarrassing the daughter. Dad, sit down, please. We've all been there.
He said, it's okay, I've got a mask on. They're not going to know it's me.
That's a daily occurrence in my household, embarrassing my daughter.
But they've got commercials out. You don't want to be like your parents. Huh? Come on.
Right, that's sort of our rallying cry right now. Come on. So Romo on to face Upton with one out here in the top of the ninth. Upton is 0 for 4.
It really is anticlimactic when Romo starts to pitch because it gets quiet.
It's over. The fun is over.
The drummer should have that same beat.
One and one to Upton. Upton is 2 for 11 in the series. A little bit off the plate. Well, the Romo-Ohtani matchup. Well, that'll be interesting. Fletcher takes off. Garcia's throw is late and in the dirt, up the line just a little bit, so it's going to be a stolen base for Fletcher. It's the second steal in the game for the Angels.
Well, you can see him inching off Fletcher and looking back in case there's contact, since there's just one out. But he kept doing a good job of the ball going into the runner, keep it from going into center field.
We could see Romo go with an exaggerated head nod. And right after that, David Fletcher took another step, anticipating that second nod, and got a great jump.
And a 3-1 slider, and Upton way out in front, and he missed it.
Well, here comes the frisbee.
Yeah, if he can get Upton out, first base open, he may not pitch to Ohtani. Take the chances with Rendon, an excellent hitter himself, but Ohtani is really good.
Another slider, same spot. This time Upton was able to just get a piece of it.
We just think about the arsenal of Sergio Romo against the left-hander Ohtani. who's already shown the ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark to the opposite field while bailing out. Not a ton of velocity from Sergio.
And that slider right there on the outside corner, strike 3 call. So Upton 0 for 5. And here's Ohtani. See what the A's do with Ohtani.
Well, just a tough pitch for Upton to pull the trigger on. Down. Just figuring, is this thing going to stay up? Is it going to keep sliding?
Yeah, I was thinking when Romo was the first opener for the Tampa Bay Rays, it was against the Angels. Was Upton one of the first 3 hitters? I'm trying to remember, because I know some of those hitters didn't like the fact that it was going to be Romo starting the game and just pitching 1 inning. But he did well. I mean, you get the hitters talking about it, you've done your job.
Seems strange that anybody would complain about that.
I agree.
Especially when it worked. And Ohtani way out in front. 1-1 to count.
Yeah, it's a similar swing that he had with Frankie Montas' splitter. See that nod to the right? Is that wanting outside? Try to catch a hitter not looking, and we're going outside.
In for a strike, right on the corner. Good pitch there by Romo. So the count 1-2. Romo's going to go for a little walk.
Dotted up beautifully on the back door. See if they go back out there, maybe drop a changeup on him.
In the dirt. Raisel Iglesias, the closer for the Angels, warming up out in their bullpen.
Real busy afternoon, as we mentioned, for Ambrose Garcia. The only difference for him is that he's blocking them. Sean Murphy's been taking the foul balls off his head, his mask.
Strickland now joins Iglesias. Pitch is reached for a little pop-up, and it'll be just behind the dugout for the Athletics. Hang on. He make the play? Yes, he did. Heck of a play here, folks.
Well, not only did he make the play, but he made the play while holding his cell phone and videotaping himself all at the same time. So not only does he leave with a souvenir, but he leaves with an Instagram post as well.
Digging me as I make the play.
Heck of a play. Chapman will probably catch this and look a little smoother, and he does. Last shot for the A's. They trail 4-0. Bottom of the 9th coming up.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He leaps and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets.
Only on MLB Network.
Hi, I'm Matt Chapman, third baseman for the Oakland A's.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, analyst for MLB Network.
Catch me on MLB Tonight as I try for another Gold Glove season.
You want a Gold Glove?
2, actually.
Let me know when you get to 3.
Let me know when you win a Platinum Glove.
I want to show off.
MLB Tonight, where baseball's best players are side by side with TV's best baseball analysts. Only on MLB Network.
The ballpark is better when we're all here together. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Join the team and help us all get back to doing what we love together.
Well, the Ram drives. The game happened in the 1 inning by the Angels. This was an attempted suicide squeeze. Ahead of at the plate as Rojas had stopped, but Hermes Garcia dropped the ball, and instead of a possible rundown, definitely an out, it was a run, and then it all broke loose. This was Ohtani with 2 outs, hoping a 2-run single to left center field. He would steal second, score the 4th run on Rendon's base hit. That's where it stands, a 4 unearned run inning for the Angels. That coming in the 5th inning to benefit Alex Cobb.
So Lowry's going to pinch hit against the closer for the Angels, Raisel Iglesias. Not a save situation, a 4-run lead for the Angels. So Iglesias comes in. First pitch to Lowry is hit high in the air. Playable. Nagaris, the center fielder, grabs it. So Lowry goes after the first pitch.
Well, Iglesias faced the Athletics twice. Got an Anaheim. The first one was kind of get some work in, gave up a couple of home runs. But when he pitched the Sunday game, inning in the 3rd, actually picked up the victory. He was good.
Yeah, he looked like a completely different guy.
He was great.
Yeah. He was dropping down.
Yeah. And 1 in the 3rd, struck out a couple of batters. That was the Bundy game that the A's got an early 4-0 lead.
There's Canna. Well, the A's in jeopardy of being shut out. They've only been shut out 1 time this year. They lost 2-0 at Tampa Bay back on the 28th of April. And now it's a quick 0-2 to Mark Canna, who's 0 for 3. A's with just 3 hits today. A Moreland single in the 2nd. A Kemp single in the 4th. A Moreland single in the 5th. And there's Iglesias dropping down from the side. He doesn't mess around either. He's ready to throw it. Fast worker.
Well, coincidentally, all those hits you're talking about were all eliminated by double plays.
Yep.
2 conventional, 1 unconventional.
That's a bad combination.
Yes, it is. I think you got something going, especially 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Next thing you know, 1 pitch, double play, 3 pitches later, strikeout, inning over.
Well, Alex Cobb spun a dandy.
He sure did.
There's really no debating that. Those double plays you're talking about, just an example of making those pitches when you need to.
One-two pitch is up and in at 98 miles an hour. Astros leading the Padres 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning in Houston. Wish I had better news, but I don't. Canna swing and a miss, struck him out. Nasty stuff from Iglesias.
Well, it's interesting with Strickland boosting. It seemed like that maybe if the Angels had scored 1 more, he would have come in. But with a 4-0 lead, it's Iglesias. So I guess the 1 run would make a difference for Joe Madden as to who's going to be coming in.
So the last hope is Kemp. Kemp swing and a miss, 97 miles an hour. Tony Kemp today, a single and a couple of strikeouts. A's have struck out 9 times in the game. Angels have struck out 11. Kemp taps one slowly towards second. One has it, and that's the ball game. So the A's go very quietly in the 9th inning. And it was all Angels today behind their starting pitcher, Alex Cobb. Cobb goes 7 shutout innings to pick up his 3rd win of the year. And for the A's, they are shut out for just the 2nd time this season. Time of game was 2 hours and 57 minutes. The attendance today, 9,433. Final score from the Coliseum this afternoon, the Angels 4 and the Athletics nothing. Hope you enjoyed the ball game. It's time now for A's Post Game Live here on NBC Sports California. It's presented by Toyota.